It works. There's so many EU names can be said in like 7 different ways.
Yeah, it was happening yesterday with Pavelski.
Oh yeah, because is it Pavel or Pavel?
Yeah,
I
and
don't know. Did we find it? Was there a verdict?
across the board, people have been telling me it's Pavelski. That we've been saying it correctly.
Okay,
but
cool.
it's always like good to like double check. Just like with Hazen, like y'all kept saying Hazen. It's like you got to double check and just make sure.
Different ways for that.
You're
I
just
still
doing that
messed
one
it
right.
up. Macheeete took a while too.
Yeah. Well, you just never know how many E's to pronounce on Macheeete.
Yeah, well, that or like how to say it.
And also
Or
he
you-
has like accents on his E's. Like it's not just a straight E. Like it's E with like a little like line on top of it.
Yeah, I have no idea. All I know now is that whatever I'm saying is correct, and nobody's upset about it.
Oh my goodness!
As we're talking about Macheeete, VipR just took that
Just took him
annihilated
out.
stock.
The neutral signature high in the sky. Blaze utilizing those dares to give him the horizontal distance. He's going to touch back. VipR helps him out, but Macheeete hits the ground pound and finishes off the stock.
Stocks are even for now, but Fozey hits the recovery. Doesn't get a second one. No, VipR on the way back down to the stage. Gets hit by that side stick and still living in this Ragnar Ditto off the side of the stage. Gravity cancel downlight did not connect. Picks up another axe. VipR punches Fozey away. They're fighting to see which Ragnar's going to go down first. And now, oh man, Fozey's still living. Weapon toss down. VipR and Fozey off stage.
VipR, he's got the advantage with the weapons, but instead rotates over, tries to help out the teammate. Just gets some extra damage onto Macheeete as Fozey is playing safe, but he almost gets VipR.
What? VipR after that neutral stick, and finally Fozey, no, he doesn't go down.
not
They're
dead.
just,
Okay.
He just falls. Maybe no, he didn't have the jumps to get back. I'm not sure. Oh, Macheeete. I think I had the recovery from Blaze. VipR trying to get another neutral signature, still alive after getting bounced against the side of Mammoth Fortress and returning more damage on the Macheeete. VipR is a stock tank, finally annihilated by Ulgrim's recovery.
That recovery ends up evening up the stocks, and actually the damage not too big of a difference between the two teams, despite the fact that VipR had a huge start for his team. Recovery will finish off that stock of Macheeete.
But right away,
yeah.
just returned. They are just dead even in terms of what's happening in the game. It's going to come down to who loses the last stock first. And VipR and Fozey.
Or who loses the first stock last.
Oh, yeah. That's key. I guess like when I think about it, what I said was super obvious and applies to every single game. But I guess
mean, what I said made like next to no sense. But you know, whatever.
I don't know what I was just assuming that what you said had merit, and I was just gonna move on to like.
I appreciate that you're like, yeah, sure. What you said makes sense.
So like.
Side air,
I
Fozey.
don't have enough time.
Down to his final stock. Yeah, you can't break down that
to
wordplay.
just think about what I said. Other than that, like, because they were alternating between who was losing a stock first,
Yeah.
right? Like that time, Fozey went down first, and then VipR went down second. But now, if they continue these like 1v1 exchanges that are happening, right? Like, who's going to go down first between Blaze and Macheeete? Is it going to be Macheeete or Blaze? That could completely decide the match here. As Blaze gets sent up towards the top of the stage, and they're really just fighting to see who can get it down. And now, even though Fozey's been going down first the entire time, VipR's in the 1v2, and that was like a little bit of what I meant by who loses there.
And Fozey's just sticking on to VipR, not letting him get close to Macheeete. Macheeete is going to be playing that follow-up game, punish VipR if he commits to anything too big. See him hanging back just a little bit. VipR trying to go for the offstage. Fozey going real low. No, but catches him on the backswing.
Ooh, but recovery catches Fozey on the way back. Macheeete is just waiting for an opportunity to start some 1v2 string. Oh, 2 nairs in a row. She's not jump fast. Wow, that Spitfire, like, I think it hit the ground. That's why it didn't connect with VipR.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it looked like it exploded on his head.
Exploded
it's so
out.
close.
Sidelight nair.
Oh, Fozey stares the wrong way. Macheeete doesn't get the cider. Toss does connect.
Yeah.
Okay, they finish it off.
Toss on, toss on, toss on. Macheeete finishes off the stock of VipR.
Blaze with 0 KOs. And the lowest damage by far. Really focused down. And highlighting how much damage that VipR was really putting it out. Game 2's coming up, but Fozey and Macheeete really coming back strong after that early knockdown into the loser's bracket, and probably feeling even better now. I didn't realize that Macheete's running 2 decks.
Wow.
That's got to affect something.
I mean, for Axe, not really. I don't know a lot about Lance, but I think it's more that
I guess Axe and Lance are like
get
some of the
things
most.
more than.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that like Vrax with 9 decks can do some fancy stuff.
It does
like
kind of
light down light.
Yeah, it does kind of highlight what's important to Macheete though, which is that movement speed, putting into it, going up to 7.
It affects ground movement speed and aerial drift.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit more room to really move around. When I think about it, Olgrim's got like a really great stat line. If Dex doesn't matter, like just
if you just like deleted his
Dex,
like,
just get rid of it, put some more in the
just
forest.
take all that Dex and put it into his
let's
thing.
put one more Dex in the defense and one more into movement speed. And Olgrim's like a speedy, tanky dude.
You're a real powerhouse there, and might be why Macheete is playing that Olgrim as we get right on into game number 2, Blaze and VipR versus Fozey and Macheete. No character swaps from the red team.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Shipwreck Falls is going to be game number 2. VipR and Blaze are 1 game away from being knocked out at 7th place, and Fozey and Macheete are now not near. Maybe like have like this sense of relief. We're like, okay, the one team that knocked us out is out of the tournament already.
Right. So now there's no one in our way.
Yeah, that might be how they're thinking about it, but also could probably be upset they don't get that rematch. Who knows? Either way, Blaze and VipR have to win this game to get to a game 3 to have a chance of moving on, and Fozey and Macheete are looking pretty strong, but VipR and Blaze got them separated on the left and right side of the stage.
So many axe swings.
Macheete sent flying.
Side air. Fozey's in trouble.
That side sig
reaches.
Came so close. Does he go for a side sig again to spike him? He did do that, like dash forward, dodge back to bait a dodge from Fozey, but it didn't lead into anything else. Ooh, sidelight and air into ground pound didn't connect with the Macheete, but the first 2 hits definitely did. Side 6 and Blaze flying.
Air connection from VipR. Fozey gets launched, but he still has enough movement to get back. In the meantime, though, red team taking full advantage of the 2v1 onto Macheete, putting him into the orange. That's one of the troublesome things about a map like Shipwreck is like, yeah, you can survive for a really long time, but all that time that you're running back to the stage, your teammate could just be getting 2v1'd and you can't do much about it.
Ooh, down tick hits Macheete, but it's not going to be enough to KO just yet. Ooh, side air hits Fozey. Doesn't connect with Macheete. Red team solidly in the lead when it comes to damage. And this isn't the same story as last game where Fozey and Macheete were like, one was stock tanking, the other one was getting beaten on. It's equal damage distribution this time around.
The same thing for the red team. Blaze not getting taken out nearly as quickly as he was in the last one. You do see Fozey going for the offstage, but the weapon toss from Blaze actually dipping down just enough to tap Fozey on the head.
Axe picked up. Side air straight down. Macheete gets more damage onto him. Fozey still living. No, that is enough to take him down to his final stock of game 2. And Macheete and Fozey might have to go to game number 3 at this rate.
But the chainsaw.
Oh, he's gonna do it again. Okay, no, side air comes forward. Sometimes there's that moment where something crazy works.
Yeah,
you just
where
do
it works, so you do it again.
Yeah, like we saw that in the 1v1 with whose Thor
VipR?
was it that did 3 down zigs in a row? I can't recall. I'm sure it'll come back to me. But that just happened really. It's like 1 down zig. It was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep using this move until it kills my opponent.
On stage though, VipR again trying to reach with that side signature onto Macheete. Macheete the most damage to the blue team. Red team might want to target him down, but they got to be careful because they're also on their final stocks.
Yeah, Blaze is taking a decent amount of damage, but not enough yet. Oh, sidelight and air did not work out. He was too close. Sidelight and air recovery. Oh, Macheete nearly got that taken off the top. That neutral is more than enough. Fozey fighting at 1v2.
Oh. That was a great chase dodge from Fozey to just kind of disengage.
Oh, neutral 6 in the
he
flames.
jumped into it. 2v1s where the opponent's stuck on the edge, that's where you're going to see chainsaw moves like that the most. Like just like keep long active frames because your teammate could be over there to help him out if anything goes too awkward. But it's going to be VipR and Blaze that take game number 2. That's going to be bringing us into game number 3 now.
Blaze definitely picking it up in game 2. 3 more KOs compared to the 0 of the last game and a lot more damage. The map feels pretty important to me in this upcoming match. As we see the map that they just lost on being banned out, and they're leaving open. Will they leave open Mammoth Fortress? Okay, so that's definitely where we're going to be going. Actually, VipR could pick Twilight Grove, but no. Okay, yeah, Mammoth Fortress is where we're at. Small Brawlhalla, I feel like is too risky for any 2's team to realistically pick unless they're like insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter one way or the other.
Like if you're statting in a defense and you go to Small Brawlhalla, like why even bother?
I do think one of the big things that worked well for the red team was kind of separating the blue team, keeping them really far from each other. So just kind of Twilight or Mammoth were going to be kind of the picks between the two of them. They chose Mammoth. Big follow-ups coming out from the red team. Lots of damage here. Macheeete barely able to avoid that recovery, but both the blue team members are in kill percent already.
Man, Blaze has just not missed a single axe attack. Oh, finally, that recovery goes wide, but man, Blaze is just doing so well. Fozey trying to get that side signature, sidelight nair, but Blaze has barely taken any damage so far, and Fozey and Macheeete can only take so many sidelight nairs before anything is going to take them out. That neutral light was enough. Oh, the neutral sig! Wow, Viper and Blaze are not playing around, finally working together with these axe strings to be able to put on even more damage than they were able to do individually, and it's continuing as Fozey is already being brought.
Oh my gosh, Fozey, be careful, man. You're high in the sky, almost sent into the clouds, but able to make his way back down. Both red team members
but after how much
here.
damage Fozey's already being brought into deep red.
Bleeding.
Ooh, that was like 4 axe airs in a row. Yeah, they're all holding on onto the axe.
I mean, the space control, the ability to follow up off each other, so
Oh.
incredibly valuable. Fozey, Viper doesn't hit the dare. It's going to be Macheeete that takes out Blaze on the right side, and Fozey still above, but Viper's going in.
Didn't pick up the axe after the recovery, unarmed. Viper opts to fight against Macheeete once again with Blaze. It would be an incredibly close match if Viper wasn't the one on the first stock. Finally goes down.
Fozey catches him from below with that recovery. Sidelight nair onto both the teammate and the opponent. And the follow-ups coming out from Blaze. Hits a big Seraph. Fozey down to his final stock here.
Oh, axe goes far to the right. Siders him to the stage. Macheeete ducks down, but gets hit by the recovery. He's holding on to the stock as long as he possibly can, but Fozey's just done.
Viper!
Oh, Viper!
Viper!
Wait,
how is Fozey still living? Viper's been bullying him off screen under the stage for the last minute, and Fozey got back.
Oh, Fozey really needs to get back too. Incredible recovery coming out from Fozey, but Viper put on so much damage and disarms him with that dash jump cider, downlights him away. Macheeete on the one stock, the neutral six sends Fozey flying, and that is going to be it. Macheeete, the last one to fight against the 4 stocks of Blaze and Viper, almost certainly to be doomed. Can he do anything against this double axe force? Oh, wait, did that lance snare hit Blaze? Like,
yeah.
That was crazy.
It's the tail end of it.
Macheeete,
he's trying to fight this 1v2, but he's going for these big commits with those ground pounds. Like, really risky play there. Yeah, can't get that weapon. There's
He's
fire
like gravity canceled down,
it.
lighted away from it. He was just like, no, don't touch the fire. Oh, nice try from Macheeete. Sidelight,
Great delay off
cider. Ooh, that's 1 KO.
He's got to get 3 more.
I mean, that could be the second.
It's going to be very difficult to get this one.
Remember, he sacrificed his dexterity for this movement speed. Look at how fast this Olgrim is. Ooh, that's not,
Is he fast enough, though?
Yeah, no,
Gravity canceled down.
Definitely not.
And Blaze and Viper with a convincing finish to game number 3.
Fozey took 702 damage.
That's brutal.
Yeah, over 600 damage for both Viper and Blaze combined. So that's they were 2 damage. No, actually they did get over 1,300 damage. That's pretty good. Blaze went from being the lowest scoring KO in the game to, by game 3, taking it the most people. And now we have our top 6 teams decided. The Ninja 729 or Tito versus Knees and QS in winners finals. As we go to the losers quarterfinals coming up, we have Blurring and Swada versus Zapapi and TM.